All right, we are live. Hey, everybody. It is Monday, September 28th. It's the last Monday of September, and this is Melanie Mitro. Hi, guys. I am your host of this evening's call, and I'm also the creator of the Dream Team, and I'm a double 15-star Diamond Coach and the 2014 Top Coach. So I am excited to be here with you all, and I'm sure that some of you, this is your very first team call. Do we have any, first timers on the call here? Anybody that just signed up to be a coach today? Anybody? Nick? Oh, hey, girl. Hi, Nicolene. Courtney, hi. Good evening. Joe, welcome. Welcome. It's good to see you here. So we are going to, Ashley, hi, from York, Pennsylvania. We're going to give you lots of good information tonight. Kim Danger is our guest speaker. We do calls every single Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do record them, and they go into our files and our team page on Facebook and in the Dream Team website. So if you want to go back and listen to archived calls, you can go back. But tonight's call is going to be about blogging and how to generate customers from that. So if you are not a blogger, if you are somebody that is brand new to coaching and you're just sort of getting your bearings, please don't let anything we ever talk about on a team call sort of overwhelm you. And the information we provide, you don't have to do it, but this is a way to build your business. You're going to hear about lots of social media avenues to build your business. For instance, you have Instagram, you have your Facebook, you have a business page on Facebook. There's YouTube, there's blogging, there's Twitter now, there's Periscope. You can do live face-to-face fit clubs. This is one avenue that we're going to teach you about tonight, so that if you like to write, or you currently have a blog, or you'd like to start a blog, this is going to give you some great information from somebody, from Kim, who has written books, who is a successful blogger. She has 3 blogs. And she'll tell you all about her background. So she, if anybody, is the best person to learn this from. So we're going to get started with that. But first, let's go through and just talk about some announcements going on. There's a lot of talk about Super Saturdays. A lot of new coaches are probably like, what is a Super Saturday? You know, you're maybe starting to hear your coach talk a little bit about local events. But Super Saturday is for every coach. Right? So if you're listening to this call, you should go back to your team and you should make sure that every single one of your coaches is attending a Super Saturday event. Or anybody can host an event. Any Beachbody coach can go in, can register a site. You can have it in your living room. You can rent out a room at the church or a community center or a school, anywhere. You can get a meeting space together and you can host a Super Saturday. But it's a quarterly meeting where Beachbody actually gives you material. So they give you the training material. They give you a video to play. They give you talking points and PowerPoint slides. And then what we do, for example, in the Pittsburgh Market Council, is we ask people that are in our area to get up and speak and tell their success story with weight loss and their success story with coaching. We also have a really large market of top coaches and elite coaches and rockin', 10-star and above coaches. And so we actually add a little bit extra here in Pittsburgh, and we're going to do a 4th quarter playbook training series. And we also have a guest, Jeff Hill, which is the Executive Vice President of Global Sales at Team Beachbody. He's going to be in Pittsburgh to do a training on Friday night for Diamond coaches and above. And then Saturday, he's going to be speaking at our event at Stage AE in Pittsburgh. So huge, huge event. We have Jericho McMatthews, who is a brand new celebrity trainer that Beachbody signed with just in the past month, actually. And then Joel also. So if you know Joel and Jericho, they were in Les Mills Pump and Combat. They have left the pump scene and they've joined with Beachbody. So they're going to be creating their own fitness program. So I bet if you come to Pittsburgh and you work out with Jericho on Super Saturday, you're going to get an idea of what's going to be coming down the pike. You should get pictures with Jericho, because when the new product is launched, you can use that as promotional material. You can use that as sort of a little sneak peek. So you're going to want to be at that event for that photo opportunity as well. But anyways, wherever you're located, you can go into the Coach Online office. You can search your listings by state, find Super Saturday, and go. It is not team specific. You can go anywhere. If you're too far away from Pittsburgh or you don't want to drive, although we have coaches flying in from South Carolina. We have coaches that are driving in from Rochester, New York. We have people that are coming from Philadelphia to come to our Super Saturday. So come on in, bunk up, grab a room, grab 4 coaches, bunk up together. We're going to do Friday night, the diamond training. Then Saturday, we have the event. So you have Saturday morning to sort of just chill and hang out, and the event is Saturday afternoon. We'll probably meet on Saturday night across the street, one of the restaurant bar places, and sort of mix and mingle as a team on Saturday night. So we would love to have you in the area for this event. But know that they're all over the U.S., all over Canada, so you can find one and attend an event near you. Make sure you get registered. You see the little link, Pittsburgh Super Saturday, or if you just go on Facebook and you type in the search bar, 4th quarter playbook, Pittsburgh Super Saturday, it will pop up. Our event will be there. You got to get registered for it. So it's going to be awesome. Share this with your team. Make sure they go. Make a weekend out of it. Bring your whole team in. Take them out to breakfast. Go to lunch. Spend some time together. Any road trips for me? Another was really awesome. So this is kind of the lineup for Super Saturday. At the Super Saturday event, again, Jeff Hill will be there. He'll be doing some speaking about and training for the coaches. I'm going to be speaking. Jacqueline Stokes, who's a 7-star Diamond Elite. Alyssa Shoemaker, 15-star Diamond Elite. She's a top 10 coach from 2014. She's still in the top 10 this year. We have Katie Ursa, who is a 2-time Elite 10-star Diamond coach, and Katie Flynn, who is a 5-star Diamond. They're all going to be speaking on things to help you build your business in the 4th quarter: Shakeology, customer retention, marketing strategies, building your business for volume and rank. We're going to be talking a little bit about that. So it's going to be sort of a rapid fire 10-minute training segments from each of these top coaches, and we'll open it up for some Q&A at the end. So trust me, you want to be at this event. And then I did have the diamond training in here, but I'm not sure where it went. So it might be after this. There it is. Pittsburgh Market Council host Jeff Hill on Friday night, Diamond and Above. This is actually a little bit north of the city of Pittsburgh. It's actually in my neighborhood. It is at the Adams Ridge Clubhouse from 7 to 9. It's just a small round table, Diamond and Above. You have to be registered for Super Saturday to attend the Friday night Diamond and Above leadership training. And Jeff's really going to sit down with you guys and just do training in small groups. Plus, we're all going to be there, and you can ask questions along the way as well. All right? All right. Another announcement is tomorrow night we have our new coach kickoff call. So anybody that signed up to be a coach or anybody that is a coach that's interested in really launching their business, we are going to be doing our new coach kickoff call tomorrow night, which is Tuesday, September 29th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's for all new coaches. I'm going to really just walk you through what to do as a coach, where to get started, navigating the back office, where should you begin as far as 3 vital behaviors, and then the next step. All right. Caitlin, I actually just sent you an invite on Facebook for that. It's a Facebook event is where you need to go. So go ahead and register. There's an Eventbrite link that you just need to sign up. But I did send you, like, just about 20 minutes ago, I think I sent it. So check your notifications. It should be in there for you. So, all right. Let's go. New coach kickoff call. Invite your coaches to that. And then, all right, so last week, top producers of the week. So every week we look at coaches' customer volume. So the things that you as a coach are either purchasing or you're selling. So this just shows that these are the coaches in the Dream Team organization as a whole, all the other organizations underneath of me. This is what you guys have done for the last week. And I really look at 500 and above, those people that sort of set that benchmark. And that's really what I say, you know, if you're building a business, you want to aim to have customers and coaches. So this is your customer order. So let's shout out Aaron Krivstad. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but you are our top producer last week. I want to congratulate you for having 1,245 personal volume points from customer and personal sales. And Kim Danger, who is always in the top 3, she had 1,200 PV points. And Sina Williams up there in Canada with 1,001 points, and then Nicole Estep at 960. So everybody on this list, guys, congratulations on a job well done. I am just very proud of you and your hard work. You guys are doing an amazing job at really seeing that September end strong, and I give you kudos for that. And we've been doing for the whole month of September we were doing a top producers volume call. And so all of these coaches have been able to have the chance to be on a call exclusively with myself, and I've been doing some training over the past 4 weeks. So thanks, guys, for participating in that and for doing such a great job. All right, September Success Club. Guys, you've got today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and that's it to qualify for Success Club 5 or higher and earn this amazing prize, P90X, P90X2, and P90X Plus series. It's a $300 value. If you've ever wanted to do any of these programs, this is the one you want to be plugged into. Or think about Christmas presents for people. Think about giveaways, or if you're going to be hosting any holiday tables, or little booths that you do for the holidays that you're going to be selling stuff at, or promoting Beachbody. These can be great raffles and giveaways that you can use, right? Or you can save it and use it for yourself. But this is a pretty impressive gift that they're giving out. So guys, for those of you that are new, Success Club is our benchmark for success in our business. I'm going to say it, even though I say it all the time. I really, truly believe that the coaches that are hitting Success Club every single month are those that will be successful in the long run. So you can't be successful without this part of your business. It's very hard to advance. And why is that? Because Success Club means that you are every single month at least adding 3 to 5 new customers to your business. Not reoccurring Shakeology orders, but new orders. So if you get 2 points for a challenge pack, you get 1 point for a Shakeology HD. And when I'm looking at reports and I'm looking at productivity and I'm looking at coaches I should pour my time into, coaches that are, really just are practicing the 3 vital behaviors. If you're telling me I'm working hard, I'm working my business, I'm going to look at your Success Club points. That's the first place I'm going to go. And if you're not consistently hitting Success Club, I truly believe you don't have skin in the game, or you are putting your time and energy in the wrong place, or you're not managing your time, or whatnot. So I really look at that and I say, if you're not hitting Success Club, then your business is not going to grow. And the more points you get, the faster your business is going to grow. So here's the thing. There's a lot of you that have 2 points or 3 points, or some of you that have 0 points that always hit Success Club. There is absolutely no reason why you can't make all of those points happen by midnight on Wednesday, the last day of the month, and hit Success Club. So I want you guys to get brainstorming. I want you to think about ways you can go back. Can you follow up with people that gave you price objections? Can you do a little flash sale? Can you give away some cookbooks? Can you raffle off, some Energize, or, some recovery formula from the new performance pack? What about Shakeology Boost? Can you offer somebody, to give your commission back? If you give your commission back for one challenge pack to somebody to help you hit Success Club 5, you're allowing them to be able to purchase that program, get into your group, get results, and who knows, that person, that you giving that gift back could be the thing that makes them become an amazing rock star coach because of the support you provided. So I believe that if you're in this to grow a business, that it's kind of one of those non-negotiables that we just do. So I hope you're committed to it. I'm committed to helping you guys any way that I can. So if you have some tips or some favorite scripts or some really good images that work for you, share it in the team pages and help one another out so we can all get there. I'll be honest, this is what I look at. So I look at the leaderboards. I look who's got points on the board, and that's how I know who is successful in the business for the month. All right, Success Club 10 All-Stars, Kim Danger. Again, 37 Success Club points. She is rocking it with our top earner so far this month. Alyssa Shoemaker, 34 Success Club points. Kayla Mays at 24. Adriana Trosback at 22. Micah Lean Schaefer at 20. Shannon Hargrave at 20. Reagan Long at 19. Timmy Park, 18. So, guys, I'm not going to read all the numbers, but, make sure you reach out. Congratulate the people on this list. If your coaches are on this list, make sure you shout them out. And I want you guys to know that you matter, that I know that you're doing a great job, and I know that you're working hard. And I know that September definitely was a challenging month. And this is the month where we really had to step outside of the box, right? Tracy, yay, congratulations for Success Club 10. I'm so proud of you. And yes, and I know Adriana is a brand new coach. I know she's got 22 Success Club points and she's been here for about a month. Ashley, congrats on Success Club 5. I'm so excited for you guys. So keep going. Things that work are really getting into like sharing your story. Post your transformation story, especially like after this call tonight. I want you to kind of play off of the emotions from the weekend, right? And just say like, you know, maybe you have this vicious cycle of starting over every single Monday and restarting your diet and your nutrition, you know, and talk about how this Monday is going to be different. This time it's not going to be this vicious cycle of undoing all the hard work on the weekends. And you talk about how you've been able to change your own life with Beachbody and with challenge groups and how having the accountability helps keep you on track at night. So go through and post your story again. It's never too late to share your transformation and put it back out there. At least once a month, you should be sharing your story or somebody else's if you're still a work in progress. All right, more Success Club 10 All-Stars. So good job, guys. Very proud of you. Success Club 10. And Success Club 5. So, and a reminder, everybody on this list, Rachel Harvey, great job, girl. Success Club 8. Remember, everybody's getting customer leads. So you guys want to make sure you have met all of your qualifications to get your customer leads. So make sure you've got your Shakeology Home Direct, your 90 PV of Home Direct. Make sure that you are a paid club member. Make sure your business service fees are paid. Make sure you've got a profile picture and a progress picture in there. Make sure you've got all of the requirements so that you don't go, why did I miss that one single step and don't get leads next month, which are free customers, right? So there is our Success Club All-Stars. Good job, everybody. Keep up the good work. Remember, even if you're sitting at 0 right now, you could literally get off this call tonight and go for no, invite 100 people, and you will succeed. All right, so I am going to go ahead and turn this over here in 1 second. I'm going to switch the slides and let Kim take over. Ashley, I followed up with several people over the weekend. I have tons of people replying back today. Yay! My post also got a good response. Ashley, if you would share your post in the Dream Team, tell us what post got a lot of response. That way, other people can get some ideas too. That would be great. Caitlin, you're in the same boat as Tracy, SE8, haven't missed a month. Yes, and you guys, if you don't miss a month, like 12 consecutive months, you become an all-star, Success Club all-star. Beachbody actually recognizes you for that. So keep it going. You don't want to mess it up now because then you have to start all over again for the consecutive months. So you can totally do it. All right, so I am going to upload and share these slides. All right, so I chose to ask Kim to speak on the call. And my first intention when I asked Kim to speak on the call was that she's always a top producer. I mean, every single week she is at the top of the leaderboards. And I'm like, what the heck is Kim doing, right? So Kim's not my personally sponsored. She's under Jacqueline Stokes' organization embedded in there. And I have been, and then the producer calls we've been having, she was on them and we got to talking and she's a great speaker and she's very knowledgeable. And I thought, all right, you know, definitely somebody that I would like to hear speak a little bit more. I did not know she was a professional blogger. And as we started talking about what it was that's helped her to have such great success in her business, she's like, well, this really could be 2 calls. We could really talk about them. I'm like, okay, well, let's do one at a time. And she's like, I think let's start with blogging. And I'm like, perfect. I'm always getting questions on blogging. I'm always getting coaches asking me how to start a blog. What's the most effective way to get started? I'm like, this is perfect. Let's have Kim talk about blogging for fitness coaches. So Kim is a 1-star diamond. She is a 2-star qualifying. And so she's going to get on here and talk to you a little bit about her background, but also how she's building her business through her blog. So Kim, I am going to take myself off a video and let you take it away.
That sounds great. Thanks for that great introduction, Melanie. Before I really delve into how to get started with blogging and some of my social media tips, I wanted to give you a little bit of my background so you kind of know where I'm coming from and how I ended up as a Beachbody coach. I got involved with a site called mommysavers.com almost 16 years ago. I was a stay-at-home mom and I was looking for ways to generate extra income, just like a lot of you guys are with the Beachbody job and the Beachbody opportunity. And at the time, I really didn't know what that meant. I was on different online forums, I was on different websites just to find people that I connected with, but also to research ways to save money. And what I was really looking for was a place where I could find all those things in one. So when I didn't find it, I decided to create my own website, mommysavers.com. And that's kind of how that came about. The best and most important part of that site has always been the discussion forums. And, that's basically what Facebook groups used to be before Facebook existed. It was a place where people could go online and share their struggles and their triumphs and just have a conversation with people in the online space. So I got started with the Mommy Savers forums. I built a blog around that. And sooner or later, after I'd been doing this about 5 years, I was approached to write a book. So that was really cool. And I'm going to back up here too. I missed that. So I have a degree in marketing. I'm a mommysavers.com creator, author, and I've also been involved in being a spokesperson for national brands like Tide, Uniroyal Tires, coupons.com. And I've done several media tours surrounding my books where I actually promote other brands like TJ Maxx and CVS, things like that. So that's kind of my background. So 5 years into my mommysavers.com, I was approached by someone to write a book, and that's how 1000 Best Baby Bargains came about. That was published in 2005. And after that came out, I got a lot of opportunities to appear on TV, radio, do print interviews. So being an author, while it's not especially lucrative, really opened up a lot of doors for me. So in 2010, my other books came out, The Complete Book of Baby Bargains and Instant Bargains. So if you guys detect a theme here, it's money-saving topics for moms, basically. So that was my gig. And I was really pigeonholed into the whole frugal mom. I mean, my site was named Mommy Savers. But, I really started growing out of that a little bit, which is kind of part of my story in transitioning into Beachbody. So here are some slides I pulled up from my media mentions. Just like the magazine interviews that I've done, and CNN Money named me like the best online consumer expert in, I think that was 2007. So, that was really cool. And from an emotional perspective, I was feeling pretty good about myself. I'd written 3 books. I was pretty well known in the frugal community. So it gave me a lot of confidence. But at the same time, I wasn't really enjoying what I was doing because my kids were getting older. They were out of diapers. I wasn't necessarily going to garage sales anymore, which is the main stuff I used to write about. So in that process, it was all great, but there was a piece of me emotionally that really kind of detached from what I was doing. And I kind of fell into a slump. So yeah, those are some of my TV appearances. You can see on the bottom slide there, that's called a demo table. So you've probably seen all that on TV before, where someone gets behind a little table and they talk about different products and go back and forth. So that was my main gig. And it was awesome. I got to see just about every big city in the United States. I'd go on 10 city media tours, or, I'd go to Seattle and Orlando and Dallas and all these places that I probably never would have had an opportunity to travel to had I not had these opportunities. So that was really cool. I've done Anderson Cooper's show, and Montel Williams. Have a completely different story about that, but I'll save that for another time. Just trying to get to the meat of the topic here. But I also just wanted to give you some background in my story and how I ended up here. So like I was getting at before, my kids were older. I wasn't doing the things that I was blogging about anymore. And I had really, really lost passion for the whole Mommy Savers thing. In the meantime, I'd hired a couple other younger moms to write content for me, but they weren't personally vested in it like I was. So it lost a little bit of traction when I wasn't really the main face of it anymore. So fast forward to 2014, last year, I think at that point I'd kind of been in a slump for several years, professionally and personally too. I had turned 40 and just feeling not so good about myself, wondering if I had hit a peak with my career and my life. So I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that. I mean, I'm older than most of the coaches out there. So when I was presented with the Beachbody opportunity, like most of you, I was like really kind of turned off that it was an MLM. And for me to kind of wrap my brain around it, I decided to think of myself first as a fitness blogger. And so I started Beach Ready Now in March of 2014 with the full intent that I was only going to write about fitness and wellness and clean eating recipes and go into it that way. And Beachbody would always be secondary. So, I kind of eased into it. I wasn't fully vested in the Beachbody thing. By December, after doing the Beachbody thing for about 6 months, I went diamond, and I started to see the checks come in and think, oh, you know what? This is not a bad deal. And I went to Super Saturday last April in Minneapolis. I mean, last April. Did I say last Saturday? Anyway, I went to the Super Saturday in April, and that really lit a fire in me. Just seeing everybody that was so real and genuine and pumped up about the products, and just, I love the supportive atmosphere. So it was really April that my mind kind of switched from being a blogger first and foremost to now saying, yes, I am a Beachbody coach. Before that, I would never have told people I'm a Beachbody coach. That was just my mindset. I was a blogger. So I kind of flipped. First, I was a blogger. Now I'm a Beachbody coach. So that brings us to my tips and why I think blogs are so important and why I really reinforce this to my team, and hope tonight you guys will get some takeaways from this presentation. I mean, blogging is a huge, huge topic. So I'm definitely not going to be able to answer everyone's questions, but hopefully this will give you a good overview and a place to start. So what I want you to think about your blog is your castle. It's your home. It's where you dwell, and it's awesome. It's all yours. But don't build your castle on rented land. But what I mean by that is social media can be taken away from you at any point. You need your own little piece of internet real estate that is truly your own. And for me, that is my blog. So everyone's got their cool little social media platforms, and believe me, I don't diss them at all. I use them to their fullest potential. But your blog is the main hub for all of that. Your blog is the centerpiece, and all your social platforms radiate out from that. So if you want to think of Instagram as the art gallery, or YouTube as the movie theater, or Pinterest as the craft store, the blog is your house. So you might meet your friends at the movie theater or at the art gallery or at school or whatever, but you're going to bring them home, and you're going to want them, if you really are wanting to develop a relationship with your readers, you invite them over to your house, which is your blog. That's just how I think about it. So I know you guys had wanted me to touch a little bit on how to set up a blog, and I highly, highly recommend WordPress for many, many reasons. And it really is the industry standard for professional bloggers, and it's what I used before I started Beachbody Now. So I've got a link here, and at the end of the presentation, I've got a page that I'll send you to that will have all these links in them, so you don't have to take notes. But I've got a little tutorial on how to set up a WordPress blog, just step by step. It's really not that hard. And I've had a few people in my blogging classes ask me, well, do you set up a WordPress blog on WordPress? Well, no. The easiest and cheapest way to do it is to go through a host like GoDaddy or Bluehost. And I used to have all my blogs on GoDaddy. Now I'm transitioning them to Bluehost because I do feel that they have superior customer service. So if you haven't set one up yet, I would go with Bluehost. That's just what I'm doing. And once you get your hosting paid for and your domain is registered, then you'll be able to get into the back office, or I'm using Beachbody terms, your control panel, and you'll be able to install your web applications. So there's different CMS formats. There's Joomla, Drupal, and all sorts of things, but you'll want WordPress. And another question I get a lot is, what do you blog about? I've got lists of like 200 things that I want to blog about right now. So finding inspiration is not a problem for me. So just kind of narrowing it down into 4 bullet points. Let your interests and your passions drive your content. I mean, that has worked so well for me. That's how Mommy Savers got started, and that's how Beachbody came about and starting the fitness blog. So you really have to look at your interests and passions, and you have to go well beyond fitness, you guys. You have to blog about more than just Beachbody products. I don't want to go to your blog and have it look like an advertisement for 21 Day Fix or Size or any of that stuff. That's all great, but that's just a little piece of who you are. So don't make it the entire thing. If I go to a site and I see that, I'm going to turn around and leave right away. You've got to bring more to the table than just that. And think about it this way. If Beachbody, heaven forbid, went out of business, what would you be left with? You want to have more than just Beachbody to fall back on. At least I do. So I have other ways to monetize my blog as well. I use Google Ads. I do sponsored posts. I use affiliate marketing. And I teach those classes as well if you want to learn more about that. So Beachbody is not my only income stream. So beyond interest and passions, you want to use your challengers' questions to blog about. So I tend to get the same questions over and over again. I don't know if you guys do. I make notes of them, and I tend to turn them into blog posts. That way, instead of typing the answer over and over again 100 times, I'll just send them the link. I'll say, hey, this question comes up a lot. You're not the only one dealing with this. And then I'll send them the link. And that just is a huge time saver for me. And think about it this way too. If people are asking that question over and over again, they're going to be people that are thinking it that don't ask it. So it's relevant. Also, when I go into analytics in my blog, I've got Jetpack installed, which is a WordPress plugin. And I also have Google Analytics that will tell me which posts and topics get the most page views. So I'm always looking at those analytics to see what people are most interested in. And I want to do more topics like that so that I can link one post to the next. And then I also use my challenge group topics in challenge group themes to blog about. For example, and Melanie, this was partly your idea. We were chatting in one of the calls about doing de-stress and relaxation and take time for yourself challenge group around the PIO promotion. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'll be writing some posts that go along with that. I'm not quite sure what they'll be yet, but I'm going to use that topic as a basis for writing some new blog posts. But always remember this, content is king. If you're not writing quality content, people aren't going to give your blog any credibility. Always spell check. If I see a blog with a lot of typos in it, I'm not going to think it's very professional. Proofread. You're going to want it to look good. But beyond that, your content adds value to the reader. What does it do for them? Why should they spend their time reading it? It's also highly shareable. I like to blog about recipes because they get shared a lot, both on Facebook and on Pinterest. Memes are just those funny things that people share, and that's more of a social media strategy than a blogging strategy. And you want it to be compelling too. And by that, I mean, if you're writing something personal, you want it to be interesting and you want it to be emotional. You want it to elicit some type of reaction in your reader. And if it doesn't do that, then maybe you want to go back and reread it and add a little bit more personal interest to it. So now you've got your blog, you know what to write about, you know a few ways to get things going. So how are we going to drive traffic to your blog? Because you can create it, but if no one's seeing it, what good is it going to do you? So social media, number one. For me, my number one referral source is not Facebook. In fact, Facebook is number 4 for me. Pinterest is number 1. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit at the end of this. Search engine optimization, or SEO, is my number 2. And with WordPress, there are a lot of great plugins that you can utilize to make sure that your posts are optimized for search engine traffic. Inbound links is another strategy that I use. That's number 3 for me. So I've got a few strategies in the links page that I'll share with you for inbound links. I actually have a new site that I'm going to be launching in October. It's called cleaneatingfix.com, and I will be allowing any of you guys on the call tonight to submit your recipes to that site. Every time you do that, you can put a link back to your own site and your own original recipe. That way you're driving traffic to your site, but you're also giving it some search engine juice, which will help your search rankings. In email marketing, I use a company or a service called FeedBlitz, and I have an email sign up right on my site. So if people see my content, they like what I have to offer, they can sign up and get blog updates right to their inbox. So social shares are also really important. And basically what that means is when people look at your blog post, are they going to share it? Are they going to post it to their Pinterest board? Are they going to tweet it? Are they going to like it on Facebook? So when you have WordPress, and I'm sure there are other blogging platforms that allow this too, WordPress is the one I'm most familiar with. I install social sharing buttons. There are a whole bunch of different options you can see like right at the bottom of the post that will allow you to share those things. Networking with other bloggers is also a really great idea. I've got a few groups on Facebook that I have set up. And what social bartering really is maybe we'll do a Pinterest pin of the day. So everyone will post their Pinterest pin that they would like repinned. And everyone just goes through the list and they repin what everyone else has posted. And that's a way of getting some social traction in a collaborative way. In cross-channel promotion, I've got a really good example, a link that I'll send you guys later, of something I'm doing in October, and it's going to be 31 days of shakes. And each day I'm going to be doing a new Shakeology recipe. And by cross-channel promotion, I just mean that I'm going to be posting this on Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram. I'm on Snapchat. All of the social platforms that I use will be interlinked with a hashtag. So if you want to get involved with that, I welcome you to follow along with that hashtag. It's going to be 31 days of shakes. And, I didn't really want it to all be Beachbody branded. So I guess if you guys notice what I do, I often don't mention brand names like Shakeology or 21 Day Fix if I can help it. So what I'm doing by doing that is building my personal brand rather than helping Beachbody build their brand, because that's just how I look at things. I want to be building my brand because that's permanent, that's long lasting. I don't know about Beachbody. Like I mentioned before, I hope it's there forever, but you never know. So I had mentioned that Pinterest is my #1 referral source. So if you look for me on Pinterest, my username is actually mommysavers.com. So if you want to look me up, I'm there. And one of the most valuable things that I do on Pinterest is to source my site. And what that means is you can go into Pinterest and look up all of the different pins that people are pinning from your site as a source. So to do that, you go to pinterest.com/source/your domain name. So for me, it would be beachreadynow.com. And what I do with that information is it gives me insight into which pins are getting pinned more than once. In this graphic, I can see that 2 people have pinned my 21 Day Fix chicken enchilada recipe, so that must be popular. It also allows me to engage with people on Pinterest. I can comment and like their pins. I can start a conversation with them if I want to. And, just for me, it's just great. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Just great information, great insights. Pinterest also has analytics as well if you want to get really into it, and you can see which of your pins are getting the most repins. There's a whole bunch of stuff with that too. I'm going to be doing a Pinterest tutorial group in October. If you want to learn more about that, I'll send you links to that too. Community boards have been a big key to my success on Pinterest too. So what community boards are, when you see the little icon with the 2 people there, that means that more than one person is pinning to that board. So what I do, if I see a board that I want to be invited to, I look at the rules and I reach out to the administrator of that board and see if they'd like to invite me. But I also like to give something in return. So I'll in turn allow them to pin to my board. So it's a very reciprocal relationship. I do have some community boards set up for my team and for the people that have been taking my blogging classes, just to leverage the platform that I built on Pinterest already. I have over 70,000 followers. So most of my boards have at least 15 to 20,000 followers already. So you guys wondering where I'm getting all this traffic? Pinterest is my #1. Link backs, that's also a great way to boost your search engine ranking. Some easy ways to do that is simply commenting on other blog posts. You don't want to just simply write, hey, great post, great content. You want to add value every time you do that. Otherwise, you'll be perceived as a spammer. So if you're commenting, comment something of value. If you're not, you're going to get deleted. Guest posting is another great opportunity. If you have other people on your team, offer to write a blog post for them and link back. Just swap. It's a great way to do that. Create profiles on all the social channels. They're going to boost your site's visibility, whether you realize it or not. It's not necessarily through search engine rankings, but all that social clout really does add up. And if you haven't already, you want to submit your site to search directories so that sites like, just beyond Google, like Bing and Yahoo and some of the more obscure search engines, not only will people who are searching those search engines be more likely to find your site, it will also boost your search engine rankings overall, even in Google. This was a question that I get a lot. What are the best times to post? It's an interesting question because my posts are evergreen. They're long lasting. I want them to last forever. I'm not posting, like quick little things that go away like I used to do on my deal blog. It'd be like I'd post a great deal on Amazon and the next day the deal would be dead and the site or the blog post would be completely irrelevant. So I do try to keep this in mind. And this came from my Google Analytics. I can see that my peak day is on Sunday. Things really taper off. Friday is my slowest day, and then they pick up again on Sunday. And Monday are usually my best days. And same thing for the time of the day. 8 p.m. is usually my peak, and then it hits a deep valley, obviously, when people are sleeping, and then picks back up in the morning, takes a little dip, and then comes back. That's really when people are not working. They check before work, on lunch, maybe at nap time, and then again after the kids go to sleep. So you've got all these ways to get people to your blog, but once they're there, how do you leverage that? How do you turn them into customers? And really, that's the magic question. What you want to do is keep them there long enough so that you can really develop a relationship with them. And there's something called bounce rate. And I'm not sure if you guys are experienced bloggers, you've probably heard of this. A bounce rate means how long are people sticking around on your site before they leave? So you want a really low bounce rate, and there are ways to manipulate that. You can install a widget that allows people to see related posts every time they search on something. Maybe it's 21-day fix. So if you're tagging things 21-day fix, your plugin will automatically populate with all your other 21-day fix posts, and maybe they'll click on that. I like to cross-link my posts. So I will embed a little anchor text that will say, if you like this post, visit this post as well. So I do all these little tricks to get them to stick around my site. I don't want them to leave. And, you guys are probably, if you've been in this for a while and you have a blog, you've probably learned about the VC pop-up. I get a lot of leads that way. That's what this graphic is right now. And it's just kind of a quick little introduction, explain who I am, what I'm there to help with, and they can choose whether or not to fill that out, and that goes directly to my inbox. So I get a lot of leads every day from that. And I guess that brings me to the end here. This was the bookmark that I wanted you guys all to have, and maybe Melanie, maybe you can post this in your group later on. I'm going to be posting the links to a lot of the different strategies and tutorials that I talked about tonight. So I guess that's all I have.
Sorry about that. It took me a little while to get that figured out. Do you guys have any questions for Kim? Kim, Kristen asked if you've heard of practical social media.
No, I haven't. What is that, Kristen? Is that a term or a brand or?
I think it's practical social media is something you can use. It's like basically like a training system in order to like optimize your blog? I think they actually, yeah, it's a service that sets up your blog.
Most of my training has been in the format of seminars and classes, so I have not done much online training myself. I've, I've come into this career gradually, so I've made a lot of contacts in the industry. So it's kind of been an evolution for me. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups with professionals that I've worked with for a long time. So that's basically where my learning has taken place.
If you had a blogger, how do you move it to WordPress?
I would hire someone to do that. I'm not technical by any means, but if you go on Elance, we'll be able to find people that can do it for you relatively cheaply and quickly. I don't deal with databases. I don't like that.
Okay. All right. If you started a blogger with no signed up followers, do you recommend moving over to WordPress?
I would. Yeah, I would. I guess I would, because what WordPress is, it's an open source platform, so you'll be able to tweak it. Blogger is a lot more rigid in what you can do with it. WordPress, if you can't find a widget for it, you'll be able to find a programmer who will be able to do what you want to with it. For me, that's really valuable. The learning curve is not that hard. WordPress, if you can do like a Microsoft document, you can figure out WordPress. So, I mean, it's your comfort level too. And it also depends on how much time you have. If you don't have a lot of time, I would stick with what you know.
Now, did you hire somebody, if somebody's not technical, would you hire them to do your SEO for your blog?
You know what I would do? What I would recommend starting with in WordPress, there's a plugin called Yoast that will teach you how to optimize your posts for search engines, and that will teach you how to write. You will be able to pick your tag words and your keywords within that plugin. And I've hired people for SEO on my other sites, and for me, it has been a mixed bag of results. I personally would not hire one right now. I would focus on leveraging social traffic, and through leveraging your social traffic, you're going to organically boost your SEO because you'll have more people seeing your blog content. You'll have more people engaging with it. They will help you boost your SEO. So you wouldn't necessarily have to hire someone to do that.
Yeah. And I will agree, like, Nicolene, my blog is more like a lifestyle blog. And so when Kim was explaining her thing, that's exactly what I do. Like, I started blogging things that my challengers were asking me. It started with recipes. It started with the questions I got. And my blog is very much so my lifestyle, whatever fitness program I'm doing, whatever I'm, working on at that time, that's what I'm blogging about. So yeah, I want people to feel like they know me, that they're coming to me, and there's that relationship there, right, Kim?
Absolutely. It's all about developing relationships. You want to build your trust before they'll buy. I mean, you can't sell something to someone if they don't trust you. So for me, it's all about building relationships, and that takes time. There's so many coaches that get discouraged after a month or two, and you're really just getting started. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. You have to cultivate these relationships and earn their trust in you before you can even sell them a challenge pack.
Right. And I built my blog at the same time that I was building my Facebook page. So I was adding friends on, and I was sharing a lot of my blog posts on my Facebook wall. That's how I started getting a lot of my traffic at the beginning, was sharing them. But Facebook and the messages and using that market was how I got started. But in the background, I was spending 3 days a week blogging, and I would just block out time to do it, whether it was an hour or 20 minutes here or there, that I would research things and sort of build this in my spare time. So it took me a while to build mine, but now mine is my primary source of challengers. That's where I get most of my people find me, either through my blog and now YouTube.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you have to do it consistently, don't you feel like? I mean, I find that I will only follow blogs that have recent posts. So if I see somebody hasn't posted in a month, I'm not, like if they only post once a month, I don't follow it. But if I see they have more recent content, then I'm more likely to go back.
Absolutely. I mean, if it looks like a ghost town, why would you? I mean, they're just not going to look like a credible blogger. They're going to look like a hobbyist. You want to look like a professional. And, there is a little bit of leeway. You don't necessarily have to blog every day, but certainly 3 or 4 times a week, I would say at a minimum. But you can block out a day or 5 or 6 hours. Hopefully you have enough time in a week to devote to that and schedule all your posts out. Or if you have extra time, you don't have to publish them right away. Schedule them out so they're a little bit staggered in that way.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned leveraging your social traffic. What does that mean? Was a question that was asked.
Okay, well, I'm trying to think how I said that. So social traffic, I'm not quite sure can you elaborate on that question? I guess I'm probably looking back to that slide that I put up, and what I meant was when you get your social traffic, all should direct back to your blog because your blog is your hub. That's your main place. But once you get people to your blog, then what do you do? So I think of that as the marketing funnel. And so first comes social traffic. Then I want to get them to the blog. Then I want them to sign up for my newsletter or send me an email. Then I want to start developing a relationship with them. Then I want to get them into a challenge group. And then maybe they'll sign up as a coach. So for me, it starts with social. It leads to the blog. It leads to an email sign up or another social platform engagement. And then hopefully they'll become a challenger, make a purchase, and then maybe even coach. So it's all leading them down that marketing funnel.
Right. Now, for somebody that's just starting out with blogging, one of the things that I always tell people, it's like just get the site created and start creating content. You can add the bells, the whistles, all of these little widgets and things you're talking about. But I feel like the most important thing is to get started and start getting content out there, right?
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's that whole analysis paralysis thing that slows everyone down. I mean, I was like hesitant to even like show you guys my blog tonight because I've had it up for a year and a half, but I still don't think it's done. It'll never be done. It's like if you own a house, there's always a project to do. There's always some type of improvement you can make. So if you let that slow you down, you'll never get anywhere.
Very true. Very true. All right. Last question. For someone who is brand new to blogging, do you have a Cliff Note version, possibly a printable file of pages and steps to use to really build momentum and maximize exposure?
Yes, that's a good question, Carissa. On the link that I have here, I'm linking to that tutorial that I mentioned in the presentation so that you can set up your WordPress blog step by step. I have another site that I run called Echo Valley Media. That's my LLC. And before Beachbody, I did some consulting there. So I've got a lot of great resources on blogging and social media. You'll really want to check that out. I also host monthly blogging classes. I'm doing a Pinterest class in October. So if that's something that you're ever interested in, you can contact me for more information on that too.
Cool. So what's the Pinterest class going to be about?
I've got 20 steps. I've written so much about Pinterest. I want to share, I gave you a little taste of it tonight, like how to find community groups, maybe some auto scheduling, creating compelling Pinterest graphics, because there's been research done that certain colors attract more readers. Just little things like that, small actionable steps that people can put into action with minimal time. So I'm going to be inviting my team to do that. And like I said, it's my number one referral source. It's crazy. I don't really even focus on Facebook that much because 85% of my blog traffic comes from Pinterest. So wow. I hear Beachbody coaches talk about Facebook all the time. And I'm like, oh, for me, Pinterest is where it's at. So That's why
Yeah.
that was my
Yeah.
impetus for doing a class on Pinterest, because I really think that a lot of people miss out on that platform.
So do you make all your own graphics and everything that you put on Pinterest?
I do. And part of my experience with Mommy Savers and my food blog is food photography. So that definitely helps. But it's
Yeah.
not that hard. I mean, if you have an SLR
Mm-mm.
camera, I mean, even my iPhone, sometimes I just use iPhone pictures. So I've got,
Yeah.
I'll put that on the link too. I've got some articles you guys can read on improving your food photography, because that's really important with Pinterest.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just use Snapseed for a lot of the ways I improve my pictures, and that's a great app that makes your pictures look great. And then PicMonkey, I mean, the
Mhm.
PicMonkey has Pinterest format right on there that you can
Mhm.
create, Pinterest ready stuff too. So,
Well,
yeah.
and one little tip that I do share in that not many people think about, but it's kind of a no-brainer. When you link back to your blog from a Pinterest graphic, you don't only have to use the graphics that are in the post. If you're using a social sharing bookmark, it will pull what's in your blog post, but you can also upload images. So hypothetically, you could have 20 pins for one blog post.
Mhm. Wow. Yeah, I mean that's Pinterest is really, and now they allow you to have a business Pinterest account too, where you can begin to promote your stuff as well. So, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
and they
Yeah.
do offer the boosting of pins as well, kind of similar to the
Mhm.
Facebook boosting. I've
Yeah.
tried that. I have not had great luck with that, so I don't know if I'd recommend it, but it's something I need to learn more about.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, lots of good information. I think that the most important thing for you guys to consider from tonight is, you can let the pages of notes you just took sort of overwhelm you. I would sort of digest it over the next 24 hours, and you don't want to sort of stop what you're doing right now that's working, that's bringing you success in your business. So if you are using Facebook and it's working, and if you are using Instagram and it's working, keep doing that. But then if you want to just explore blogging, set aside, look at your calendar for the week and say, all right, I'm going to create my blog. I'm going to write my first blog post, and then just slowly over time add things in there and work through your list of making a blog what it is. And that way you don't backslide. You can sort of do both at the same time. It's just you have to be able to manage your time in a certain way. So, but yes, this is great information. I really like the part about your blog being your house, and all the other little pieces of social media kind of radiate out from that, and you can direct everything back in. And when you're saying that, I thought back to me as a new coach being so afraid to sound salesy when I was talking to people for the first time, that I would direct them to my blog. I'm like, you have to go check out my blog. I've been blogging recipes and you can get tips on there. And that was kind of my go-to, my no fail. And I'm like, well, if I can get them to my blog, then they'll read more about me. And that was my strategy. And now looking back, I didn't realize what I was actually doing, but I think I was definitely creating my own traffic. So that would be something that I would suggest for you guys to use if you struggle in that area.
Right. And that's a good that was my story too, Melanie. I was afraid to invite people, but I was not afraid to tell them about my blog. So if you have a fear of inviting to a challenge group, create a blog so you can mention that.
Mhm. Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for speaking tonight. We really appreciate you being a part of this, and you provided so much great information. Make sure I share this link with everybody. And do you mind if I upload the slides into the team page too? I'll just share the PDF that you sent me
Yeah,
with
actually
them.
I have the slideshow embedded in the link, so if they follow the link, they'll
Okay.
see the slideshow.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So I'll get the recording uploaded. I'll share it. Everybody make sure you tell Kim thank you for doing such an amazing job tonight. And we'll keep watching your success, because I'm sure you're just going to keep trucking on along. So thank you for
I love
everything
it.
tonight,
Like I
guys.
mentioned before, you have to be passionate about what you do, and I truly love Beachbody. So yeah,
Good. Good.
definitely
I
you'll
know.
see
I know.
more of me,
You do.
hopefully.
You have to be passionate about what you're writing about. You just can't be going through the motions. People will sense that in what you're doing.
Yeah. And
So.
thank you so much, Melanie.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. All right, guys, have a really great night. I'll see you all back here next Monday at 9 p.m. Have a great week. Bye, guys.
Bye.